everybody. Welcome to the one and only Friday Night Audit, the only show in hospitality that takes everything you love about the weekend and completely ruins it. That's Craig Sullivan. I'm Glenn Hausman. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Greg, buddy, how are you, buddy? What's going on? 2 weeks without this show. I can't believe it.
I know. It was bizarre. It was restful, but it was bizarre. I'm great, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. You know how much I love July, particularly here on Long Island, and a miracle has happened Friday, Craig. I don't have to get on an airplane until the 28th of the month, and I have 4 consecutive weeks here at the Hausman Resort Pool Club and Smokehouse, which is in full effect right now. It is awesome time to be here and have a chance to kind of chill out and relax and kind of recharge before getting into the next conference season.
Now, is that because I was coming to the Smokehouse Pool Club, Yacht Club, whatever dispensary, soon to be brewery for my birthday on the 29th? Is that why?
Breaking news. My kids got sick and tired of me saying I was going to make the beer. They've gone ahead and done it themselves. 2 years in the making. They're like, stop with this already. So we're doing a tester batch right now. It's been fermenting for a couple of weeks. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah.
Nice. You gotta love that. I love the motivation and they're self-starting to get this done. That must mean they're spending too much money on cheap beers that are really horrible.
Somebody nailed it.
What are you targeting for your ABV for your beer?
I think 90. I don't know. I have no idea what it's going to be. Probably like my guess is under 5.
Wait a second. So let's just let everybody understand what Glenn just said. His beer content, his alcoholic beer percentage is going to be 90% alcohol.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like under 5 though.
Everybody enjoy today's show because at that volume level, Glenn is going to be dead.
Yeah, we're going to be sampling that beer out of little droppers, little eyedroppers. It's going to be a new thing.
One drop.
We're going to call it beer droppers. We're going to make a fortune. I've got a whole business plan riding behind it. So I think I got the next big thing.
Just before you start sampling your wares, make sure your life insurance is paid up. Okay.
Don't have it. Too old for it unless I want to pay through the roof for it. So forget about that.
I need to be your secondary beneficiary. Your kids first, of course, but I need to be number 2.
All right. That's great. All I can afford is about a $50 life insurance policy. So, that'll get you like large fries at McDonald's these days. Yeah.
Go ahead and go over to ARP and you've got a plethora of insurance companies that you can check and they're guaranteed acceptance.
That's right. All right. We talked about the wares. Now, Dave, what about the who's?
Yeah.
We have a wonderful, wonderful guest today. So listen, guys, Glenn is known and is the voice of hospitality. But the guest today probably could say is the educator of hospitality because everybody in the industry knows this guy. He created probably the most successful certificate program in history because he made it for free for all educators during the most difficult time of probably everybody's hospitality career. And that, of course, is the one, the only, Dr. Peter Ritchie.
Woo! I thought you were going to say Dr. Sam Barnera.
Did she create a free certificate program that the entire industry took?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I think that's a one shot right there. That is him doing that one.
What's going on there? I didn't touch anything, just for the record.
That was on me because it is the one and only. And he had to have a one shot because, Peter, I mean, we've talked about this before on No Vacancy Live. We've talked about it on this show. But we're going to roll the clock back 5 years. Give us about a 5-minute pitch of how that whole concept came together, how you rolled it out, how you made it so successful. Because, again, everybody in the damn industry knows you because of it now.
But, Peter, before you do that, I need to crow that neither of my producers can remember the most basic things like this.
181 episodes he's been waiting to do that to me. He finally got me.
Hey, you're patient, you lay in wait, and then you pounce when you have a chance. So, Peter, before we hear all about that, what are you drinking tonight? I heard you might have you made it spun by the McDonald's.
Yes, I have my favorite McDonald's Diet Coke, but my spouse said that I need to put this in it. Hold on, I forgot to grab the bottle.
He may be a great educator, but podcast guest
I'm
clearly
not
not prepared.
really an alcohol strong guy, but this I don't know if you can see it, but it's Garrison Brothers.
What is it?
Garrison Brothers Bourbon Whiskey,
Looks like you served in the military.
70.1% alcohol, and it has a little.
That's nearly as strong as my beer.
Wow. It has a cool little thing around the neck, so I'll put a splash in for you guys.
That's so. That's
71%
by the body if you drink the whole thing.
I don't know. It tastes all right. I don't know.
Wait a second. Did he say 71% alcohol?
70.1% alcohol, which is kind of high.
Yeah, Bacardi 151 is what? That is 75% alcohol. So you're basically drinking Bacardi 151.
Wow. By the way, cheers, everybody here and watching from wherever you are in the world. It's always time for good hospitality.
This is my homemade pineapple glass.
Oh, very pretty.
All right. Nice.
Very cool.
So back to the important things. Peter, tell me how you literally extended an olive branch to the entire industry with a free educational program.
And what did you do that you need to extend an olive branch? I mean, what kind of horribleness did you do just for
how bad you hurt the industry? You had to do this.
But you're a GM, you get it. So I knew like 2 months, 3 months ahead when everybody started emailing me freaking out that they were probably going to have layoffs, that I needed to do something.
Right.
And I couldn't just sit on my ass. So I went to the team and said, hey, how about if we put something together? Well, at the same time, the university was closing. So we had to do it where we would go in with our masks in a single room far away to record. It was really fun. But he's like, let me call the provost. He's like, yeah, Peter's got one of his ideas. Just go with it. So we did it because we really thought everybody'd be out of work for a month or so. And it would give them a little bit to do, Plus,
we all thought we'd be,
like use up some PTO, you'd have a break, whatever. So that's how it all started. But the big thing is, for me, I get pissed off at how expensive it is for lifelong learning. So it was my chance to say, let's put something out that's decent. And what's amazing is to this day, our normal content is 30 hours and you get 3 CEUs. So we're back to that. But we used to charge $500 for it. We only have to charge $149 now because we still have gifts from COVID. So you can come back and maintain your CHA, your CMP, your this, your that. Every cohort, people donate $5, $10, $100, and we're going to keep it going for the rest of my life. So, because I get pissed off.
Hopefully this is not. Hopefully you're not telling us something very bad here.
No,
so there's a lot of fun available. Then. All right, good.
Unless you drink too much bourbon. So, but I mean,
donate. We got to keep Peter alive.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying, like, I always wanted to go to do stuff, and it was always so freaking expensive. I'm a busser or a bartender or a server. I'm not going to spend $3,000 on a certificate. And so the whole initiative for me has just been just really fun. And Dave says I was just a little GM guy and my corner teacher. Now it's like I have all teacher friends. Like Suzanne and I know everybody across the world now. It's just, I didn't even have a social media account except for my old Facebook with like my 20 friends. So that really opened the world to me. And it's great. Like I had a kid from Algeria today. He's been trying to get to the States forever. He's probably 26, 27. His parents own a travel agency. He started working in hotels when he was 18, loves the hotel business, has the work ethic, and finally got a job at, I think it's the Intercon in San Francisco, and he's coming over for his first round. And he took the certificate as a 16 or
Which one?
I don't know. I think it's Intercon. I'll find out. But finally, here's a kid.
Why don't you bring up the Daves?
He has the passion, and that's the stuff I love. So that's just me. But I'm feisty today. I put my titles Feisty Friday Academic because Suzanne and I are working on trying to solve the woes of the educational world. And, you know, we do surveys and you see a third of the people love hospitality, a third of the people hate hospitality, a third of the people don't give a crap. And it's like, what are we? What are we? You know, are you lying in your survey? Are you being honest? I'm just like,
who's taking this survey? Like, who are the respondents?
We're trying to survey students that are in the programs and people that run the program.
So someone's in the program that you're surveying, and in the program, 2/3 are saying we don't care or we hate it. So why are they in the program?
No, they don't say they hate it. It's just trying to attract them to a program. We're trying to see, are we rebounding or are we stagnant or are we down? And to get accurate answers from academics is like pulling teeth because everybody's protective of their enrollments, which that crap should have gone away with the pandemic. And it has a little bit, but trying to get accurate data is incredible. At the same time, you've got states trying to go to 3-year degrees. You've got ChatGPT saying, I don't need teachers anymore, et cetera, et cetera. I saw Jeff Katz put a post on there. That's an alum. Apparently, he likes your show, which is great. And his he's educating me because he works at a Hyatt Centric. I still don't know what the hell a Hyatt Centric is.
It's
I think it's, I know. Is it full service? Is it select service? So I give him grief every time. And
it's a modern boutique hotel.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hausman. I'm glad you explained that because I really don't know. But his hotel just won best in his Coulter group, and I love you. So what I do is I try to find Jeffs out there in the world and dwell on the positive.
You came on the wrong show for that.
Yeah. I mean, Glenn and I are trying to find Davids, okay? That's the market we're trying to court.
I don't know. I have not seen his star report, so I don't know.
Hey, right now you would love to see
the falling star report. I think they call it over there. What's going on with Newark Airport?
Marty can give him an all-star report. So
that's the Arnie report. Peter, let's talk about what you said that because we were talking about this while we were texting last week, and I wanted to bring it up on the show. So you mentioned AI. We are definitely the number one in our star reports. Podcast star report, we are number one, absolutely. So we were talking about AI via text the other week, and on the show we wanted to talk about it. So you see all these articles. Kids are using AI to do work. Teachers are using AI to grade work. Basically, ChatGPT is grading itself. Is that reality? What's really happening?
Well, it's funny. You know, the Florida Restaurant Lodging Association has their annual summit coming up very soon in August. And I'm glad because I'm moderating a panel on AI. And, you know, AI is so overdone, over-talked about. It's everywhere you go. Nobody knows what the hell it is.
I haven't noticed anyone talking about it.
So I just...
Allen Iverson?
I'm like, let's really... Shut up. You're making me crack up here. So the thing is, like, I have an assignment right now, an introduction to hospitality, okay? I have, like, say, 300 kids across the sections. I told them up front, this is a personal assignment for your reflection. Don't use ChatGPT. I want to hear your own words. And instead, it'll say my major, and the reason it works in hospitality is, and then you'll see brackets, insert your major here. They don't even take the time to update the AI report. So I'm all for it and using it. I don't use it to grade. You know, I'm old school, and I know I'm going to be pushed out at some point, but it does make my life easier. As a matter of fact, one of my alum told me the other day, he works at booking.com. He's very in love with writing his handcrafted personal emails to his clients. It's his style. And one of his colleagues was leaning over his shoulder and said, Daniel, you're wasting so much time. Let me show you how to incorporate AI so that it learns your style, and then you'll just tweak it. And so he was very hesitant. He's a young guy, probably in his 30s, but he did it. And he sent me an email this morning and said, oh my goodness, this really can make a difference. So it's a combination of the unknown, of fear, and of I don't need a degree anymore. I'm just going to chat GPT what I need to give answers in the interviews.
Well, that's not going to help you keep. That might help you get a job in the best case scenario, but it sure as hell ain't going to help you keep a job. And it's really, and it's the whole idea. It's very antithetical to learning when you utilize it for evil, in my opinion, as opposed to good for supplementing and just saving yourself time when you bring that hard-earned knowledge to the table with the AI.
And it doesn't pick up your style. It's not what we do in hospitality. So we have a different layer. We have a different layer. Like I've seen responses on TripAdvisor and to emails that I know you're not wanting to put in the time to talk to me about my guest service. I called out one of the cruise lines on it, and I just got a $500 voucher in my email, and they're like, "You're right, because we should have responded." I don't know what the answer is there, Dave. I mean, we're all running at 99 miles an hour, and does it make your life smoother? Yes, but I think you need to know what product to use, where it matches, and don't lose your integrity of being in the hospitality business. That's kind of my level.
Well, we lost that 181 episodes ago, so we don't have anything for it.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, Peter. This is not actually, any of us are not real. If you've seen the new Google version 3, we're all just AI models of ourselves. We're actually hanging out in Craig's property out in California. You and Suzanne are the only ones that are dumb enough to actually be here in person.
Wow, that's awesome. No wonder, but Suzanne teaches the AI class. Where's your avatar?
These are our avatars.
My avatar was doing curriculum review and making sure that critical thinking was a part of curriculum because AI is taking over, and you still need
the three of us. There's no critical thinking up here.
I've been fighting with my chat GPT to stop using cliche language because I'm using it to help me write show descriptions and stuff, which is really helpful based on transcripts. And it keeps wanting to do shit that annoys me that I know people will know it's AI. And also it's just sloppy. And because AI is gathering it from the general universe of content and so many people write with cliche phrases, it picks them all up. And you gotta, and it's like that's a telltale sign of it. So I'm trying to train it not to. And I'm noticing that no matter how much you try with certain things, then it forgets it, and then you have to tell it forgot, and then it'll fix it, but not necessarily in the way that you want. And you kind of have to go at it a little bit in order to get it to work the way you want.
Well, and every time I write a review, and especially when I use your name, I want it filled with nothing but cliches. So
Hey, Mark.
Mark
Erging, if you don't remember, guys, sparked a great AI experiment. I don't even know if I still have those pictures on my computer, where we were taking, because he had the wonderful, amazing jacket that he wore during his show, and we started to mess around and try to put take a picture of Glenn and put it into different colored jackets. And if you guys, I deleted the pictures, I'm sorry to say.
Too bad.
But if you guys remember,
it's not too bad.
It eventually, still in my trash. Still in my trash.
Glenn, is he making a comment about you?
That's what you did for calling him out at the start.
Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to bring back these spectacular shots.
Memories.
So those listening on the audio feed, make sure you turn into the video.
Right, Mark. Don't worry, Mark. Nobody's going to take it over. It's you.
So
you're right about that, Mark. Nobody can wear. Oh, right. Yeah,
this is the original photo. This is the real photo.
That was me before I went gray. This is from 2013, 2014.
Yeah, about that. We used that at Click one year.
Yeah. Yes.
So then we told it to try and make Glenn a rainbow colored jacket. I think that was we said a yellow jacket first to be like the Savannah Banana guy. We wanted to see how Glenn would look in a similar style. This is Glenn in his yellow coat.
Oh, I like it.
With the weird AI that has that vaguely that looks like if some actor was playing my role, the role of my life or something like that, you know.
And it gets so much better.
Wait, isn't that like Curious George's dad?
Curious George, that's an old reference.
Man with the yellow hat. Yeah.
With the yellow hat. Then we made it go a rainbow jacket to try and be similar to Mark's jacket, not the same. And it made Glenn a completely different person.
Oh wow, that's like Carnival fun crew.
So somehow it kept your background the same, but made you entirely different.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I like
That's
it.
not going to happen a year from now, though.
No. So
and that's early. That's early technology.
So Peter, let me ask you, and again, we're going to have a little sneak peek. Glenn, you don't even know this. We're going to have Peter on a show in August to talk about AI in the industry and education as a whole. But give us a sneak peek, Peter. As an educator, where is kind of that middle ground, right, where AI can be used for the educational purpose, but it's not crossing that line over it's too much? Where does that look like?
You know, for my graduate students right now, my middle ground is making sure they learn how to research high quality articles instead of garbage. And so I have one right now who's doing an independent study on event marketing, and she's got some topics. And I told her, just like you can't Google search everything from 5 years ago, I don't want you to chat GPT everything. I want you to use chat GPT, but I also want you to use the library. I want you to go read some journal articles, and then I want you to read some popular press, but to make sure the press isn't BS garbage. So, you know, I don't know. I've been leaning toward really liking Skift lately. I find their journalism to be high quality, and I know Glenn's a journalist by profession, so I don't know. I just see them having more balanced stories and all. So I told her, use whatever you want. Use Wall Street Journal, use USA, but mix it up and just make sure it's quality. So I'm trying to find a middle ground, but she's like, but look, ChatGPT gave me 5 million responses already. And I'm like, yes, but you haven't filtered them.
Right.
Do you consider novacancynews.com to be high-level content or low-quality garbage?
High quality. I
There
mean,
you go, Glenn. You can do a reference.
I told you before we were even on that I'm not a podcast guy. I'm not a social media guy, but there's only one podcast, and I still Google search No Vacancy News, so I don't have to have the button saved. And then I'll just play a random episode. Like this afternoon, I wanted to see the 4-day work week one again, which was a very brief one from Rosen Hotels in July. So
Michael Schumacher.
Yeah. And I use that with owners who, you know, I have an owner right now. He just cracks me up. He's a construction and an operator, and he's got like 30 hotels. He refuses to have anybody work remote. He wants them all back in. So I send him that link periodically. And he's like, you're not going to change my mind, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like slowly seeing some edges, you know, but yeah, but no, you guys do it right, because you listen to our voices and you get voices from everybody. The ones making 50 million a year and the ones making 25,000 a year and everybody in between. And that's why I like it, because it's got all the voices of our collective business. But, you know, AI in terms of education, I do have friends who use it for grading. I haven't been that sophisticated to do it yet. I don't find it necessary. But here I am this weekend grading 227 short essay responses because I feel that I need to be the high quality educator. Now, could I integrate AI into that? Absolutely. But I haven't got the point in my own training to get there. What's startling to me is the younger people in our programs that are freshmen, sophomores that are asking me, will there be an ongoing need for a degree or higher education? Or can I just do a certificate and use an AI app ahead? I have an executive VP of HR who called me this morning and told me that one of my alum really pissed her off in a job interview, and she loves him, but he had all AI generated responses to her answers.
Ew.
And I said, was this a live interview? And she said, yes, but his entire track was prepped with AI. And I called him out at it at the end. I said, we're going to redo this interview and I want to hear from you. And
how do you do that? Because how do I know what questions I'm going to get asked?
Prepping with standardized questions all week long. So when she would ask us kind of a similar question, he'd already have his memory notes of responding like in a robotic method. That's what irritated her. She's like, we're here at a top resort in America. I don't want to hear your AI generated TripAdvisor response. I want to hear your response.
Peter, we've been combating that. We've been combating that my entire career, particularly at No Vacancy, because every once in a while, PR people will say, can you give us the questions you're going to ask? Right?
Every once in a while, I fight that email every freaking day. What are you talking about?
Every day.
Yeah. All right. It's all the time. It's like basically we could have a written response that's not how we do the shows.
Yeah,
so I can have AI auto respond to all those emails with that same response that I type out 4 times a day that we're not going to give you questions.
Yep.
All right, but here's the interview question strategy, right? Aren't you using behavioral interviewing style where you're asking a question that's forcing you to come back to an example that you've done before? And so, some of those behavioral questions can be out there, but that's going to tie to your experience. If you're asking situational questions on your interview, then I'm sorry, your interviewing strategy right off the bat is wrong, floored, and you're not going to get the right candidate. So
that goes back to what I've been saying for decades.
You're only going to get candidates.
Well, I think they fake their behavioral interviews. I know I can fake mine pretty well. Go ahead, Craig.
You can, but people get confused, behavioral and situational, and they will still put a situation and think that is a behavioral related question.
Absolutely.
Related questions is going based on your past performance and providing details to those examples of how you have handled a situation similarly.
Okay, but the problem being is HR is fucking nuts. Okay. They need to be completely organized.
I think I need to call my HR. HR rep.
Yes.
No, I didn't. I was eating a juju fruit. It's all good.
Oh, juju fruit.
Even better. That's even better.
Glenn, who's our HR rep, Glenn? Because I need to call them. I'm feeling offended right now by Craig.
Oh, please call Glenn.
Yeah, Craig, deep dive on that a little bit. Why?
They're so far behind the times.
They
are glorified bathroom monitors. That's it. Okay. They've got no friendships. They've got no relationships. I
do not support this message.
Everybody, they're neurotic. They are out getting a new job within 5 to 6 years. They're just.
Craig, I love you, buddy. I love you so much. I love you so much, Craig.
They are here.
Craig, I love you so very much, but I could not disagree more. I mean, listen, I have met some amazing HR people, and let me tell you this.
What year were they at that job when you met them?
Hey, read my book on HR.
I couldn't tell them, but I didn't tell that. But
it's on your desk.
Let me tell you this. When I had to work as the HR leader for one of my previous hotels, it's a great book.
Mine's better. It has balloons.
Craig's book is in my car. I read it all the time. I need to actually get some more scripts from it. But when I had to cover HR for a few months, when I was in between HRDs,
that makes a lot of sense.
Property. Let me tell you, as I told the VP of HR of that company at the time, I love the people he has. I loved him. He's a great guy. His teams are great. I never want to do HR again. That job is hard.
I
it is.
loved HR.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not hard.
I loved it.
But where it was created and where it is today, it has not been updated. The problem being is that in publicly held corporate America, they spread this line of bullshit that they're there to protect the associate, and they're not. They're there to protect the collective asses of the company. Okay?
Right.
That's why they sit there and they look at everybody's little motherfucking cubicle and goes, "Hey, it's 9:00. Why aren't you there? Get off your personal cell phone. Use the company phone." You know, it's the whole thing needs to be revamped. I've known some great people early on in the days of HR, especially in privately held companies, that were great people, but they've got a really short lifespan. We're social animals, okay? Unless you're Howard Hughes or Glenn Hausman living in a basement. You know,
Hey, I cut my nails, unlike
Oh.
Howard.
yeah, you take showers too. So, you know,
Peter, are you-
I'd actually argue the other way. Talking about what Peter was saying,
Not doing that any longer. You
so
know,
what Peter was saying with connection and experience, you know, I think it's actually the other way, that they're actually getting more important because they're the ones who are driving.
not till HR gets fixed. Not
No,
till
that's what I'm talking about. The HR teams are the ones that are driving
Very,
that engagement and that interpersonal relationship for the employees. And you know, I mean, we could AI HR, but then who's going to be the interpersonal QA type or
maybe they already
EQ
are
type part?
AI.
well,
We are.
all right, let's talk about AI and HR. I constantly pull up some jobs to show my students how the failed AI algorithms for applicant screening are.
Oh God, I can't stand that stuff.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
been off
a
forever.
miserable
it
invention.
feels like nobody could get a job. I don't
No,
understand any of
It's
that.
the automated we don't like you email comes usually within 24 hours. And I share that with the students for fake positions that I'm applying for in front of them. I'm
That's
like,
good,
do you think I would be a great call center manager? Oh my God, yes. Would you step back? Yeah, let's apply for it. And I'll apply. And they're like, well, the students give me input. Well, your keywords are not good for the algorithm. Well, your slant isn't right. So I'm like, if you have to position yourself electronically, this is not good for the company in the end. I mean, that part of HR to me is ridiculous. Hire someone that takes the time to really review. But
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, Peter, because there's a different part to that. Now, listen, I agree with you 1,000%. I think plenty of great candidates,
behind David's head.
are getting missed because of the algorithms and because of the
Yep.
the systems. I agree with that. But with that said, it has become so simplistic to apply for jobs now, right? You go on Indeed and there's literally people that, I mean, I'm talking about hundreds of people that go on Indeed and they just do apply. So I could tell you a true story. When several hotels ago, I was working as the leader of a front desk team. I was hiring for a front desk agent. I put the ad up on Indeed on a Friday. Came back on Monday, and I had 360 applicants.
okay.
Of those 360, and I read every single resume.
Of course,
Once I read it very long, but I swear to God, I did.
It was early in his career.
Yeah.
I went through every single one. Of those 360, I identified 10 people that would even somewhat make sense for what I was looking to do.
Yeah.
Of those 10 people,
Hey, that sounds like the story pitches I get every day.
yeah. Of those 10 people, I think 6 actually answered the phone. Of those 6, like 4 showed up for the interview. And of those 4, 1 actually stood out. And I fired him like 2 weeks later because he was doing nothing but watching TV in the back on camera. So, point being is, while I hate those systems because they do screen out,
David.
they do screen out really good candidates, really, really good candidates. They get screened out, but there's so much garbage coming in, and people don't have all that time to sit through 1,000 resumes for a position that people don't necessarily even know what they're applying for, much less have the qualifications.
I like this conversation because there was a pop-up earlier that Jeff uses ChatGPT for all his TripAdvisor responses. So it's the same as HR. It's like it needs to be educated middle ground.
Yeah.
Suddenly, there was a conversation this week. I'm getting old, so I don't remember, but I think it was a Skips article talking about the purchase of TripAdvisor, and with ChatGPT, if something like a TripAdvisor is even going to be necessary anymore, because you're going to have instantaneous compilation of global comments, and it'll spit out an answer for you. You know, go watch Glenn's show. Don't watch Glenn's show.
Yeah, it's going to be a total revolution akin to the launch of the web. So.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going through a really big change, almost like early days of the internet, and we're just trying to keep pace with it. And it's going to impact HR. It's going to impact publishing. I mean, just look at the difference now with publishing. Who wants to put out a book? I know you guys held them up, but the chance of my student buying a textbook, being enrolled in a course that has a mandatory textbook, is about 20%, 30% is what I give it. So what do? I make it inexpensive, electronic, and let them rent it for $38. Then you'll get them to engage with some content. So it's middle ground on everything, which is, I like it. I still get feisty and excited about all this stuff. I just don't know where the answer is. The one thing that pisses me off here on a Friday talking to all you guys is that I can't get young people to love this business. And it frustrates the heck out of me because it's the most fun, crazy business. It's
the best industry in the world. I can transition over from other commercial assets to this. And I got to tell you, if I didn't, and Glenn's heard me say this probably 10 million times, I'd be selling T-shirts out of a kiosk at the Ala Moana shopping center and looking out at the water going, is it time to go surfing?
Not so bad.
Yeah, I love this industry, and this is why with my conference, we've given over $70,000 in 8 conferences to various trade organizations for their scholarship programs, AHOA, AHNLA. Also, I don't know how familiar you are with CREW, which is Commercial Real Estate Women. And their Orange County chapter, because that goes to women going to the business school at Cal State Fullerton. Nice. A complete brain drain going on. Glenn has also heard me talk about this. Okay, I am in my late 70s and I am aging out. And I've done nearly $25 billion worth of hotel transactions nationally and internationally. My experiences are going to go away. Right. Other people. So you've got a shit ton of people right now in this industry that are on the downside of their career and may or may not have enough in them for another financial meltdown. Okay. And if we're heading into more inflationary problems, we're looking at this country losing over $26 billion in revenue across the board at hotels, travel, tourism, airfare, rent-a-cars, and so on. There's a lot of people who are just going to say, aloha, I'm done. I'm going to pack up my stuff and leave. Now, I think another big part of the problem is right now, doesn't matter if it's a hotel company or publicly held company, a private company. One of the big problems is ghost jobs and using AI just to receive information on what the market will bear, both in a higher salary and a lower salary to hire somebody, and how they can augment some of that benefits package. So there's some real problems out there with that. Now, when I had a company approach me about making a move, I brought my team. Okay. Automatic, right off the bat, day one, everybody had medical insurance. Everybody had a month off. I had a month and a half off.
Holy cow. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And my expenses were going to be this and that. And this is what you're going to give me as incentives. Now, most people out there don't know how to negotiate a lot of that.
Yeah, that's true.
So
look at David when you said a month and a half off. He looks super in shock. And
well, that's because David's still in shock because Glenn and I put him and his 8 children into a escape room, and he figured out it was a ship finally when they were out to sea. So,
all right, listen, guys, this has been a really great conversation. 40 minutes already deep in this conversation, which is pretty insane. But
you have to leave.
It's been too much. No vacancies for me. We haven't really gotten to the important issues. I said Peter Ritchie is going to be coming back on No Vacancy to talk further into this because we have not gotten to the real important details of what I brought Peter on the show today. Peter.
Yes.
Birthday celebration?
This is the important question of the day. You're sitting anchor at the table, 5 positions posted.
Right.
Dealer's showing an 8. I'm sorry, dealer's showing a king. You have a 6. I'm sorry, a 16. Rest of the table sitting on 18 and 19s. Are you taking that hit?
Absolutely. It's mathematical.
Hell yeah, baby.
I don't know.
In the long run, you'll do better, but you got to take all the busts along the way. So it's just like life. It's like life.
Now, if I'm sitting at anchor and you're sitting at first position and I don't take that hit and I bust your 19, you hit me?
I'll bitch at you a little bit, and then I'll just get my chips and go to the table next door. I think we should have Suzanne and I, when we come back, talk about AI because she has a lot put into this course she's doing. And the fun part about AI in education is that we're all learning at the same time as we're doing it. So, instead of bitching about ChatGPT, I just decided, okay, I'm going to learn how to use it.
Yeah.
Instead of being afraid of it, and think about education right now. We have the one side that says we won't need higher ed anymore, and the other side of old faculty members who want us to ban the use of AI in the university. So you've got
they're still debating the ethics of AI.
Is that
right. Yeah, but the good news is they'll be debating the ethics for so long because they're educators that the world will figure it all out, and then the decision will be made for them.
Correct. Yeah. So I find it just an exciting time, but I just hate that every conference, every place I go is AI. How about guest service? How about cost per occupied room? I'm like, right now, I'm kind of pooping in my pants that this industry's in a free fall. I hate to say it. With international so far on the drop, with us reducing Brand USA's funding, it's only a matter of time till every DMO says at the legislatures, they're going to say, you know what? We don't need to really fund them. I mean, it comes up in Florida every year that we have to rally. And we're the most visited state in the country. And we still have to fight.
It's the dumbest thing, Peter, and it's the same exact thing with sales and marketing throughout. It's stupidity. They feel like it's an easy thing to cut without absolutely zero recognition of how it actually works because they don't truly understand the ROI on any of these types of things. So
I know it is what it is. But, when we are struggling to get people back to the business, when we're struggling for owners to make ends meet to pay the mortgages, then you're going to thrust the industry into another free fall. We'll never get people back.
All right, so I want to turn that frown upside down. I was at a press conference this week for a new app called Journey. It's being developed for it's being announced. It's going to really be focused for independent hotels and stuff like that. And they're going to be utilizing AI as a great way to connect to the customer. So the hotel will be able to use publicly available information to understand who that human being is and being able to give them offers and being able to understand who they are when they get there in the hopes that they'll be able to have more intimate conversations that are more meaningful rather than us going the complete opposite direction. So
is that why Suzanne's using a clipboard?
What was that?
Is that why Suzanne's using a clipboard? Or is that an AI clipboard?
It's an AI clipboard.
Yeah, I have my little.
I was just trying to get through
pictures.
I still have my little AI Claude transcript thing that's sitting at my desk unopened.
How do you not use yours?
Not even opened up.
What are you thinking, Dave?
Oh, well,
Suzanne,
you're not. Come on.
If you're not going to use it, just send it to me.
I mean, it sounds pretty cool.
He's like, no.
But I have this wonderful thing.
Do you?
I have this wonderful thing to help with my AI transcribing. It's called my memory.
No, it doesn't
So-
work at that level. Like
I
Claude,
I could
like,
just use
totally,
that
like,
to remember conversations.
Listen, I'm in a pilot for Copilot on campus. I got to tell you, it's really funny. So I had it analyze the last 6 months of my emails and then write it as a poem because it interfaces with Microsoft 365. And I think Glenn can probably attest to my emails. Maybe Peter only in the last little bit. Dave maybe here or there. 7,795 emails in the last 6 months.
Oh my God.
I wonder how many emails I've had. That's a great. I got
It was really fun, and then it like analyzed like what were the key things that I was doing in that time period. It was really kind of fun. So
Glenn,
but-
if it analyzed your emails or mine, it would be people reaching out going, hey, you should get our planters for your hotel. You should buy our furniture for your pool. Okay?
Yeah, one of my favorite.
Business in 24 hours.
I still get which is it's got to be a scam. My family and I are coming to the United States on such and such dates and really want to stay at your hotel. And then,
Yeah.
I saw them now and then. Yeah.
like, I didn't even understand how that scam is really working because who believes something like that?
listen, now either of
There's always
any of
gonna be
you have your Chat GPT? Have you and your Chat GPT created a name? Because mine is Sutton, and Sutton is my assistant. And we decided our name together. We went through a process and we've identified her. And so his name is Sutton.
Wow.
Well,
No, you're so many leagues further than I. When I get those emails, Glenn, about I'm coming to visit your high, just send them to Dave. I mean,
Yeah.
let them stay in Newark. I don't have to deal with it. I like the Friday night audit because it's so relaxing compared to like a regular show where I feel under pressure. This is so beautiful.
Oh, good.
Blackjack and but there's so many. That's how I know I just love this business for life, like Craig does. I mean, it's just everything still sparks us with energy, with excitement, and that's why I get frustrated that I have a lessening number of the young people that really have that spark, And to Craig's point about going surfing, what I do love about today is if you want to work 3 shifts a week at the Hard Rock and make your $1,000 a week, and that's enough for your room of 4, there is no force by your parents or society that you have to be a GM like Dave and work crazy hours. You know what I mean? You can be okay doing your own
educator and do the same thing.
Right? Yeah, but we never had that option. I felt so obligated as a Marriott intern in grad school to be the best intern, to get the best first position, to work 50 hours, go here. I'm glad they changed the society in that respect.
Yeah.
Where I don't get glad is you can't work those 3 days and then expect me to pay you $200,000 and give you a month and a half off. That's where I'm still struggling, and that's the old man in me.
Well, that's just not, but that's just not realistic.
No, it's not.
Europe. They have the whole year off, Glenn.
Well, I can tell you, my U.S. friends who work for Priceline and Booking.com, because they're European based, they have the most amazing things. They have pause week, where everybody takes a week off with pay during the summer to pause the pace.
Right. Yeah.
They have flexible Fridays where you can leave early on Friday anytime during the summer as long as you feel caught up.
Yeah.
And you only have to be in the office 2 days a week. So why can't we all do that? They're more productive. And Craig, we talk about this. They're more productive in these 4-day work weeks because they're happy to be with you.
Totally. Because you burn out when you focus too much.
I was a CDO at a boutique company here in California. And summertime, Fridays were optional. And if you came into the office, we were closing the office at noon. Okay, just so that you could be with your families and take care of your kids, get them out of care, spend more time with them. And we found those days were very, very productive.
Yeah.
And there's ways and there's ways. You don't need to demand. I believe in having some time in the office because that helps with team building, morale. It goes on.
The same with Same with teaching. I think our hybrid courses are the best model because you have some bonding versus fully online, and they're not mandated to be in the classroom. I can tell you right now, and I don't know, Suzanne, how it is at FIU, but if I have a class that's even remotely looks like a face-to-face class on my schedule, I don't get enrollments. And granted, we're a unique institution because 90% of our students work 30 hours or more. So we're almost in that genre of them wanting online. Where I get confounded as a parent, when they reach out and say, hey, my daughter's living in such and such residence hall, but she has all online courses. I'm like, sorry, honey, that's the norm these days.
Yeah.
They're building in their work schedule, their friend schedule, and I don't know.
Yeah, even my hybrid course for the fall has minimal registration. When I offered the same course in the spring, I had 53 students, which was beyond the 30 capacity in that particular class.
Wow.
Like,
they see hybrid, unless our systems are so antiquated that they have to understand what hybrid means for your institution. They don't see it as fully online. They don't even take the time to read the description. You know,
I have
job applicants.
That was good, David. That was good.
Well,
last question before we get to the best time of the
show. Baby.
Well, no, you got to run something before the best time, David.
With the costs of higher education skyrocketing and it being a real big problem, let's just call it what it is. And you guys work in higher education. Eventually, do you see a time where, and this is a serious question, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 20 years, where you literally have a higher education institution as 100% AI-led to drive a cost savings?
No, absolutely not.
Not in our lifetimes.
We're still humans. We're not robots yet. That would be maybe 100 years down the road. What I do like about my state, my crazy state of Florida, that I've lived here 48 years as of last week, I really applaud that we are the lowest cost university system. We're either 49th or 50th. And we're also the top 1 to 5 all the time. Now that comes at a cost to those of us like Suzanne and I, where we have to go out and raise executive education dollars to offset the education in general fund we would get. But I still applaud the initiative that for a parent, I could send my kids to Florida inexpensively. I ran an analysis using ChatGPT. My 4-year cost at the University of Florida between 1983 and 1988 was only 16% less than today's cost. Now think about that.
I am, and I think I am not going to do that for how much my kids' college education is.
Yikes, right? Yikes. Yeah. Now UF is ranked between 1 and 2 with public universities in the country. So I got a great education cheap. So I applaud us for that. But to Dave's point, do you need a degree? That's already going away. You know, the employers, God bless them, to Craig's point in HR, if I had someone apply to me and they have 6 certificates or certifications on their resume, I don't know what the hell's in those certificates. I don't know how rigorous they were. I can tell you every certificate we have, there at least 10% of them are trying to rush to the quizzes without learning the content. Yeah. So what are you going to bring to my workplace? We call them out. We kick them out. We if you don't put the time in, you're out. But that's because I'm kind of a hard ass.
Nice.
But
good.
You know,
we're not the normal professors, by the way. We're like
yeah.
Are you the abnormal professors?
Yeah, we're abnormal because we have industry background. So we're not.
That's because we were Bristol family members. Like we started together in the same company a long time ago. So
yeah,
I'm trying to see if David recognized the term Abby Normal, and obviously he didn't see that movie either.
Dave, I'm out of beer. I think you know what that means.
I know exactly what that means.
It's
time.
Oh, Craig does not get his word in.
No. I'm going to cut you off, Glenn, because I'm going to take the lead here. I'm going to go first because I have the ultimate plug-a-palooza. It is really here to support my good friend, Craig Sullivan. And for those of you who don't know, me and Craig, although we can't do it today because I have a call with somebody after the show. But usually as I drive home, we have another 20-minute conversation after this. That's how much I enjoy talking to Craig.
Sorry for that.
So I am going to do Craig a solid here because I know how much that he just love. And I don't mean love in a middle way. I mean love in an extremely high way.
Big one.
A good spit take. So here you go, Craig Sullivan.
All right. So it's very meta because we're watching us from earlier. Oh, there she goes.
Thanks, guys.
All right. I know, and you know what? I know I know we're headed to the weekend, but Craig, I know exactly what you were doing. The one and only Bruce Ford's birthday is tomorrow. Let's celebrate Bruce.
Oh God, no!
There we go.
Why'd you cut it off? You missed the whole.
No, we don't. No, we don't repeat it.
Yeah, it was 4 seconds. That's all.
You gotta see the whole thing. So, Peter, this is what this show really is about. Not just a highly educated conversation. We're here about blackjack, Bruce Ford, birthdays, and spit takes. Very, very. So let me ask you this, if you were going to use this show for an educational course in your higher education institution, how much did you have to how much you have to pay people to actually join that curriculum?
I answer that for you, but I love it because it shows our spirit of hospitality, my friends.
Yeah, and that's really what this show is all about. Is just trying to show the humanity in hospitality, the people behind all the amazing experiences that we create that are out there. Dave, back to you.
Plug away.
Me?
Yeah, tell us about yourself.
No plug. If you're gonna do a certificate, come do one with me for $149. That's my plug. And if you don't have me, I'll always pay half. I always do that as a friend. So come plug. And I have to plug Jeff Katz because I saw he was on the show. Yeah. His hotel just won like Hyatt Centric of the something great. But again, I don't know what the Hyatt Centric is, Jeff. I still stay at Select Service. So you have to.
Where's his property located?
Las Olas Boulevard in downtown Fort Lauderdale.
Awesome.
And he's #1 in TripAdvisor, and I'll hear it over and over again.
Great to see you. And great timing. I know it's a little early for my Plug-a-Palooza, but I'll be speaking at Wayne's event, the Southern Lodging Summit in August. That date is the 18th, 19th, the 19th, 18th, 19th, Tuesday of that week. I can't see my calendar from here. I'm going blind.
That counts, guys. That was Glenn's plug right there. We're not sitting here for 25 minutes. That was Glenn's plug. He's done. In fact, you know what? Make it easy. Goodbye, Mr. Houseman. We make it very, very simple.
Yeah.
Craig, tell us what's going on with you.
Hey, we wrapped season 10 of our award-winning show, Click Connect, Continental Lodging, Investment Conversations, and Connections. So we're going to take a little time off from that. Got a few live shows coming up. Also, Glenn and I will be at the Lodging Conference doing interviews there. So, and also, I would like to thank our good friends at Eat, Drink, Sleep, one of California's great hotel management and ownership groups. Rambler Motel, the rise of the Motique. Okay. They had our former cameraman, and he's also still a business partner, Andrew Lopez, stay there over the weekend and brought me back this really great shirt. So I appreciate that. And we got a few more things coming. I got to talk to my other producer, Arnie Garfinkel. Let's do an event, Arnie.
Motique. I love that acronym.
All right, Sassy, what do you got?
Cliche as great as
AI. Listen, we talked AI. You come, you see me. I start in September again. I can totally nail this down. So far, I'm not gonna lie, Glenn's kind of winning. I think Craig can do a couple, you know.
Okay, send me some graphics. I got to jump on
it. To be fair, I rigged it, so it's okay.
You registered.
It's a possibility. I also have a hotel real estate leadership certificate that's going to start August 26th. That focuses on the Capital region. And I have an amazing 3-day in-person senior leadership training program for senior leaders. You definitely want to come join me down at FIU.
Excellent. And yeah, I will be in New Orleans I'll be in New Orleans at Hospitality Hude August 6th, 7th.
We did this already.
No,
Yeah.
That was a different show.
This is an important event.
Hit the button. Hit the button, Dan.
Now, this is an important event. Hospitality Hude. We want to help rise up good young professionals and make them effing awesome. So I'm giving my time to this event. So please attend that event, Southern Lodging Summit. See you there. I'll be at Virtuoso all in August. Thanks so much for being here. Dave, you want to take us out of here?
I will do that. Thanks, Peter, for joining the show today. You're always
Peter.
awesome.
Thank you, Suzanne.